During last week's Investor Day meeting, we learned a ton about what Disney is planning to bring to Disney Plus over the next few years. And because of what they presented, I think we get some hints about what might be coming in the parks in the years to come. We're going to talk about it all in today's video. Hey there, my name's RT, and on this channel my hope is always to make your next Disney adventure a little bit more magical with tips and tricks, food reviews, and news. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. But last week, Disney held their Investor Day, and during that meeting, they focused on their direct-to-consumer business, which of course includes Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN+. And over the next few years, Disney will really be putting a lot of focus and money into Disney+. Between new movies and additional series, they are planning for 100 new titles coming to Disney Plus each year. And this is very exciting news for Disney fans. And you might be thinking, this is great, I enjoy watching the Disney movies, I enjoy the new series, but what does this mean for the parks? Well, the only real mention they gave to the parks was when Bob Chapek, the CEO, tied the success of Marvel at the box office to their future on Disney Plus, and how excited they are about Avengers Campus at California Adventure. And I think as we see Disney investing money on Disney Plus into certain characters or brands or stories, that gives us a hint of what they're going to be doing in the parks in years to come. Because certainly after the pandemic and things have slowed down at the parks for a little bit, I think this will give us a hint of where they want to go in the future. Because Bob Chapek has made it no secret that he wants to see more intellectual property and more of the characters in the parks. And we've seen that in the past, whether it's bringing in Guardians of the Galaxy to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout to the Old Tower of Terror, or whether it's bringing Pixar Pier into California Adventure. They want to see more of these characters in the park. So I think where they're investing money into certain characters and certain brands on Disney Plus, that gives us a hint of what's to come to the parks in the future. Well, during Investor Day, they had some pretty big announcements, including 10 new Marvel series and 10 new Star Wars series coming to Disney Plus in the next decade, and also 15 new Disney animation, Disney live action, and Pixar animation shows coming to Disney Plus in the next decade. They also announced 15 new Disney animation, Disney live action, and Pixar animation features. So that is a high-level overview of what Disney announced, what is coming to Disney Plus. Like I said, I don't want to focus so much on that, but I want to talk a little bit about the parks, but they didn't really talk about the parks at all. So this next part is more me just talking about some of the ideas I'm having. So nothing official here, so don't get too excited about any of this, but I really think where they're investing their money in Disney Plus gives us a great hint of what they're going to do in the parks. And one of the things that I took away from this is there is a lot of good news for Star Wars fans because they are investing a lot into Star Wars. And while you might get onto Disney Twitter or onto some of the big Star Wars fans message boards and things like that where people are maybe not the biggest fans of how Disney has handled Star Wars, Disney is still investing a ton in there, and I think Disney is still going to be moving forward. So not only high-end experiences like the Galactic Star Cruiser that we're seeing at Walt Disney World, but I can see in a few years them still going forward with some of those original ideas for Batuu, like a Star Wars restaurant. Also, with the success of The Mandalorian, I know they'll want to be using those characters more, not only for merchandising, but also to have those characters in the park would be a great thing. And also that they're having more spin-off series from there with Ahsoka Tano and also Rangers of the New Republic. Those are all set in the same time frame, these new series that are coming out. And so one of the things that they did originally with Batuu, and I know that this was a choice kind of by Lucasfilms and the Imagineers, is that Batuu is set in a very specific time. I'll be interested to see how they handle that over time, because that means you have to have Rey and Kylo Ren and very specific characters there. To me, one of the great things about Disneyland is you can have Rapunzel with long hair, you can have Ariel with legs, you can have, all different characters, much like Marvel has done with their characters, that you can have Iron Man walking around, you can have Captain America walking around, you can have all these different characters, Loki's there, and we don't ask questions like, hey, why is the evil queen not the old hag right now? Why is she still alive? Hey, why is the beast still the beast? You don't get too caught up when you're in the parks with those details. You just kind of accept that you're in a magical place and these things can happen. I know that they wanted to set Batuu aside in specific ways, but I'll be interested to see because I think they will want to pull in some of those characters. So maybe it will be with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, they'll be able to pull in some new missions where it will be similar to things that are happening in those series, or maybe that's something that will happen in Star Tours. Or maybe they'll continue to use the Star Wars area that's in Tomorrowland and also over in Hollywood Studios to continue to have those kind of character meet and greets. To me, I think Tomorrowland eventually is going to go in a different direction, so I don't think they're going to keep that forever. So I think it would be smart to find a way to include all of these new characters that Star Wars is bringing in and that I think people are going to really enjoy and love. The next good news is there's a lot coming for Marvel fans, which I'm very excited about. And that's great news for Avengers Campus. One of the things that they called out is that they're going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which does kind of sound hokey, and it's meant to sound hokey. They were even kind of referring to the Star Wars Christmas special they did years ago. But one of the things with that, and the Orange County Register had already called it out, is does that mean a Christmas overlay could be coming for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout? We already know that the Halloween Monsters After Dark overlay on that ride is a huge success, and I think it would be pretty easy to add some Christmas songs, a few new clips of the characters, and you would have a pretty awesome overlay for the holidays. And that ride just going crazy with lights and everything, I think it would be a lot of fun. And with all the new characters they were talking about for Marvel series and movies, I'm sure we're going to be seeing those characters popping up in Avengers Campus for meet and greets and maybe as parts of stage shows and different things of that nature. So that's going to be very exciting. And because they're investing that much money, and because Bob Chapek was still calling out that Marvel has the #1 film of all time and those different things, I still feel there's a good chance that the Avengers e-ticket will eventually come to pass, even though I'm pretty sure at this point it is on hold right now, and they're not moving forward until we know how the parks are going to kind of recover from the pandemic. And maybe one positive about the pandemic delaying that e-ticket ride is that even more of these characters they're announcing now will eventually end up in that final battle that they talked about that will happen inside of that e-ticket attraction, which would be pretty cool. Lastly, talking about Disney animation, I think we're going to see some more characters that we know and love already come into the park, because some of those series include a new Zootopia Plus series, a new TIANA series, which kind of makes sense where they're going to be having the Princess and the Frog overlay to Splash Mountain, a new Moana series, and a new BAYMAX series, which I could easily see them adding something new BAYMAX related into Tomorrowland. Pixar also announced that they're going to be making a Lightyear movie, so I think if anyone was thinking that Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters might be going away in Tomorrowland, I think that ride's safe because they're definitely going to want to capitalize. Even though that's focused more on the toy, I think Buzz Lightyear has a lot more life left in him. So I'm very excited about a number of the Star Wars and Marvel things coming to Disney+, and also the Disney animation things sound very exciting coming to Disney+, but it also gets me excited about the possibilities for Disneyland, for Walt Disney World, for all the parks and resorts. So what did you think about some of the ideas I shared? Do you have similar ideas? I would love to hear your thoughts. Any ideas you had, anything you build on my ideas, or are my ideas crazy? Let me know in the comments below what you think. And also, if you found this video helpful or interesting, please give it a like. It really does help the channel out. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all again real soon. Bye.